notice that the more knowledge progresses, the more we have sold the idea that knowing better can eliminate all threats. Though when we look closer, we quickly find out that the exact opposite is happening. All the knowledge taken for granted since World War II has turned out to be a massive surveillance project run by digital masters, to which we must now prove that we are humans.
But we have pondered a lot lately and realized something actually quite blatant. Another truth hidden in plain sight, and about the concept of transparency. More knowledge shouldn't lead to the imprisonment of the mind, quite the contrary. But where does this imprisonment of the mind exactly come from? And is a zero-risk society ever possible? Although the ruling elites often resort to strategies promising a zero-risk society, the latter is an illusion created by materialistic worldviews. Despite the uncertainty factor, we can reduce risk by much, but that requires a fully transparent society, because only truth can help us navigate our various societal challenges successfully. Secrecy is a weapon as soon as we tolerate any single bit of it. But sooner or later, truth always surfaces. It is thus imperative to rethink the word privacy, because if we want to keep a certain level of privacy to ourselves, so do the powers that be, of course. We cannot ask for transparent leadership if we are not ready to make the leap ourselves. As a matter of fact, transparent leadership is ideal for the transition into a full-fledged self-governance mode. As the number of lies decreases, people will gradually regain self-confidence and understand the issues. Free speech is a requisite to a transparent society.
But as it stands today, we are rather engulfed by the adverse effects of secrecy.
Realistically speaking, lawmakers and corporate moguls shouldn't be allowed to plot behind closed doors. And the same with us. Every time we withhold the fact, we create harm somewhere down the road. We lament that the world is becoming increasingly corrupt. Look no further. We are the problem and the solution at once. Let that sink in for a few moments. The concept of transparency in an advanced civilization does not rely on spying on everybody 24/7, but teaching kids to always pick up their minds and that honesty is their best asset ever, and which money cannot buy, to ensure a peaceful future. Unfortunately, in our society, integrity is rarely rewarded and is even regarded as dangerous, or used to pigeonhole or profile people. That's because secrecy has the upper hand and threatens those who don't conform and willing to stand up for themselves. People are afraid to talk about themselves because they don't want to be judged and will rather choose self-censorship than expose what they perceive as weaknesses. In these conditions, how can we hope for a better society? Society is not truthful, and we partake in the masquerade at every level. Our top-down structure is trying to paint us into a corner and is being quite successful so far. It is time to choose between speaking up until all the dirt has surfaced and keep it that way, or being suffocated by our own self-censorship, because the fear of standing for ourselves keeps winning.
We must get over it and work on a transformation from within instead. That is the only way we are going to ever create such a new world. So yes, to summarize, it all boils down to making integrity our absolute priority. And no matter what, because a lack of integrity is highly destructive. How ready are you to be true to yourself and fall in love with life?
By the time Orwell married Sonia Brownell, 1984 was written, after which he would never leave his bed again. But he left one final warning.
1984 is, I believe, a quite terrifying masterpiece. So terrifying, in fact, I don't think I should like to read another like it.
I am not absolutely dissatisfied with it. I think it is a good idea, but the execution would have been better if I had not been under the influence of TB when I wrote it.
You once claimed that you have an ability to face unpleasant facts. Is that what you've demonstrated in 1984 by drawing an accurate portrait of the future?
I think that allowing for the book being, after all, a parody, something like 1984 could actually happen. This is the direction the world is going in at the present time. If you want a picture of the future, imagine a boot stamping on a human face forever. The moral to be drawn from this dangerous nightmare situation is a simple one. Don't let it happen. It depends on you.
George Orwell's message about the system change is extremely insightful. It is clear to us that he meant a money-free society. After all, there are only two possible systems: with or without money.